You know, I made a picture of it. Even there. One sec. I'll take a photo and send it to myself for the thumbnail. Saturday. So it's really 2 seconds to really start. And then quickly thumbnail. Find a fresh thumbnail. People might think of one. Another thumbnail. This stupid microphone refuses to work properly when it is charging. That'll fix it. So I put it on charge the other day. The mic is plugged in properly, but when it is charging, and I assume it sounds fine now, when it is charging, it has like crazy echo or reverb or something. I don't understand it. Like, it's a very good microphone, but I might, if it wasn't like that, it's a weird one. Like, how do I put it? Like, the battery life in it is really good. Like, the battery life is like a month, so I don't always charge it. One time I actually left the microphone on for like 2 weeks or something, forgot to switch it off, and it was still fine. But like, I wish that it would just work when it was charging, because then it would save me the hassle of remembering. But yeah, I know if it's charging, then it's all fucked up. Good evening, everybody. How are you? It's been a quiet month for me. I've been on holiday. I'm back now. So the normal Saturday night painting streams are going to return, except in 2 weeks' time, because I've got a GT in 2 weeks' time. So apart from that night, I don't think I've got any more holidays booked the rest of the year. So, we're back. VT's finally on leave for 2 weeks. Congrats. That's what I had. This is my penultimate day. I'm back to work on Monday. Happy times. I've pretty much entirely avoided work for the 2 weeks. So I'm sure I'm going to have like 1 million emails to deal with. And I get like 100 emails a day at my job. So 2 weeks probably means that I'll have like... I'd be surprised if I don't have 1,000 emails. So that'll be my first day back. So I'm ignoring it as long as possible. Am I taking Stormlands? Yeah, I'm going to take Stormlands. Have I had... Well, I haven't had any practice games, Campbell. So I've played the 3 games with Stormlands. I've won 3 times. I'm actually playing against Blood Angels this week on Thursday night. So I've got my Stormlands list against Blood Angels. I haven't actually really looked at the list that I'm playing. I just know I'm playing against Blood Angels. I'm actually playing against one of the channel guys. You've probably seen him in chat, James Fisher. Watching the reveal show. So I didn't watch it, but I did look at the new Marines. The new combat patrols, new characters. I mean, it's somewhat interesting. Like, I don't know if I feel like just giving White Scars a character on a bike necessarily fixes the problems that White Scars have, right? For example, am I streaming the game? Yes, so the live game this week will be Thursday night. So nothing live on Wednesday this week. We're going to be live on Thursday instead. The white scars were probably your highlight? How come? How would you trim your Red Marine Stormlands list to 1000 points? I probably wouldn't take the Storm Raven 1000 points. It's probably just too much. Because like by the time you put stuff inside the Storm Raven, the Dreadnought's 160, the squad of guys is probably like 230, the Lieutenant. Yeah, I mean your 1000 point, like the Storm Raven's a crazy amount of points actually. It's probably the best part of like 600-700 points. I probably avoid using the Storm Raven in 1000 points. I'd probably maybe even take some Impulsors with Starnguard. I mean, because I guess the question is, are you going to take Guilliman? Because I think Guilliman is the unit that makes Stormlands really, really good. Because Stormlands have no stratagem that gives +1 to wound, right? And they really need it. Because otherwise they're pretty average. So like, I think if you're playing 1000 point Stormlands, you probably need to have Guilliman. Because I actually think Stormlands without Guilliman is kind of average. Guilliman really elevates it. I mean, Guilliman elevates a lot of stuff, right? New Lysander hopefully means new Assault Terminator soon. Yeah, I mean, that would make sense, right? Strange that the Imperial Fists are going to be the faction that push the Assault Terminator refresh, but hey ho, I mean, that's the way it goes. So I'm not really familiar with the Iron Hands model. I saw a picture of him, but I don't know too much else about him. What's the... Guilliman does not work well at 1k points. Is he just too expensive, is he? I mean, he does a lot of killing himself. Hello, James. Good evening. Yeah, so no live game this Wednesday, but live game this Thursday. It'll be sort of the standard time, what, like 7:30, something like that. Might be 8 o'clock because I think we're going out for dinner first. But yeah, something like that. He's a new chapter master, is he? I might play, like, once all the new rules are out, I might play some of those detachments just for a bit of fun. I'm basically at a point now in 10th edition, I think, where I'm willing to play anything, right? Like, I did 6 months of Sons of Sanguinius, I did 6 months of Gladius, I did 6 months of Angelic Inheritors, and I did 6 months of Liberator Assault Group. I think my favourite of the ones that are available for Blood Angels right now is probably Angelic Inheritors. I've really struggled with Liberator Assault Group, to be brutally honest, when I've been playing it recently. Whereas I feel like I was doing better with Angelic Inheritors of late. So I think if I was going to go back and play one of the two competitive Blood Angels detachments, it would be Angelic Inheritors. As much as people really like Liberator Assault Group, I've just struggled with it. But then maybe it's just my meta. Like, it could just be that everything in my meta... Like, I know Death Guard counter Blood Angels really, really well. It's a pity that he is a captain now and he can't take a claw. He might have custom rules if he's a... He might be a named character, so he might be allowed to take a claw. I feel a little bit sad that we've lost all the lightning claws. I like lightning claws. I mean, I guess we've got them in Assault Terminators, but we all know Assault Terminators are kind of whack. I don't think anyone's playing Assault Terminators for their competitive rules right now. They are just bad, right? Did you hear about a guy who was cheating that had dice that had no ones on it? Surely that would have been pretty fucking obvious. But no, I didn't hear about that. Man, I don't get cheating at all. It's pointless. I mean, if you win and you were cheating, it's not even a win, man. It's just stupid. The cheating dice was in a team tournament? Jeez, oh. What? I'd say blacklist the guy and never play against him again, or never invite him to let him come to your tournaments again. Like, you can't say you don't know your dice have no ones, because the second you roll them like 2 or 3 times, you'd be like, that's odd, I'm not rolling any ones. You would know. You would literally know after you've thrown the dice like 5 times. Like 5 units shooting, you would know. In melee, you'd probably know after 1 roll. Random discussion, if you're going to take a dice off, would you not be better taking the 2 off? Probably, because then it wouldn't be so noticeable, right? But yeah, I mean, just don't cheat. Just don't. What do you even get? Like, you lose all you lose all sort of pride, you lose your reputation. You lose any sense of accomplishment. So pointless. What do people think of the Iron Hands Combat Patrol? Good afternoon, Phil. Congrats, Phil, on painting 40 intercessors. I did see that while I was on holiday. Like, I was on holiday for a week, and the last thing I was ever thinking of doing was, like, painting 40 intercessors. Like, I can't think of a worse holiday. And I looked at the Discord a couple of times, and here's you, like, bashing out 40 intercessors, and I was like, oh my god, Phil. I wish you the best of luck with the 60 intercessors list. Because I just don't like it. I suppose it's a crazy amount of Marines, and it's I assume it's something most people have no experience playing against. Like, you line up at the board and it's like, oh, I've got like 120 toughness 4 Marines. Like, that just doesn't happen. What's on the menu? I've got lots. I'm just painting bits of Stern Guard, I'm painting bits of Gilliman, I'm painting bits of Librarian. Who actually has 40 intercessors? Phil's doing a list combo that's like 60 assault intercessors on foot, 30 assault intercessors with jump packs, 20 more Death Company on foot, I think. And then maybe like a squad of infiltrators or incursors or something like that. It's bonkers. It's like 125. There's 125 Marines or something. It's absolutely bonkers. I mean, the pain of painting 125 intercessors is bad enough, right? Like I've maybe got like I've got 10 assault intercessors on foot painted. I've maybe got like 20 with the jump packs painted. I've maybe got like 10 regular, maybe 20 regular intercessors. So I got 50 intercessors painted, and even just going like, all right, you need another 50. Oh, no, thank you. No, thank you. how many assault intercessors do I have? Like, I mean, I've got like 30 of them fully painted. Maybe half. Like 15 are fully painted, like, but I do have like 30 jump assault intercessors. I mean, here's the thing, if I need jump assault intercessors, I could just run my Death Company guys with chainswords, because I've got a bunch of them, and they also have jump packs, right? Like Death Company with jump packs. I could easily swap some of them out very quickly. Evening, Mike, how you doing? Yeah, I mean, maybe I have 50, like. 113 Marines. Well, yeah, so it's... Oh, you've changed the list a little bit. Oh, congrats, Mike. Are the kittens for you or are they for kids? Hey, Terrence. Just started building Guard. Going to be my second official army that I'm going to paint up and play. Very cool. I miss when Guard had a few more options, right? Like Katachan and stuff like that. I guess you can paint them any way you want, though, right? The original list was, yeah, running 30 jump assault intercessors. Sorry, I thought you still had the 30 jump assault intercessors. I thought 30 jump assault intercessors were pretty strong, like, point for point. Like, they do a good amount of damage for the points you pay for them, I feel like. I mean, mainly because they could dish out 10 mortal wounds on the charge as well, which, you know, 10 mortal wounds is not nothing. Antonius, good evening. I'm sorry to hear about your cat, Mike. But yeah, so this week I'll be playing on Thursday night rather than Wednesday night. So if you were expecting a stream on Wednesday, it's going to be Thursday. I run 10 Assault Intercessors with a Lieutenant and a Sangre Priest. It's a lot of points, but they hit really hard. What does the Lieutenant give them? Lethals. Fall back in charge. I run 10 Assault Intercessors with jump packs with a Chaplain with a jump pack, and I thought that was pretty good. I mean, they should have one-shot a Bloodthirster, right? We don't have that many units that can deal with a Bloodthirster, like, from full health with a single charge. Other than Archie's Forge, where do you get spare jump packs, power gloves, and plasma pistols? eBay, man. I do recommend Archie's Forge. I really like their pieces, but yeah, beyond that, I usually use eBay. Games Workshop don't really sell the pieces that you need anymore. So I think it has to be eBay. There isn't too much more choice, right, Harry? VT says Thursday night is gym night. Good for you, man. I was at the gym this morning. I did our work, like, so we went to Disneyland Paris for a week with the kids. It wasn't quite a week, but by the time you factor in, like, traveling at either end and visited some family as well, it was pretty much the best part of a week. We left on the Sunday. Yeah, left on the Sunday, came back on the Sunday. So right before we went, right, like, so Saturday, this would have been 2 weeks ago. Yeah, Saturday 2 weeks ago. I feel like I did the best workout of my life. Like I can't remember, I should have probably written it down, but I think I did somewhere close to like 30 sets. And like 30 sets for me is a lot because I like to lift heavy. So like I do like one warm-up set and then push as much weight as I can. So I did like 30 sets, and I just felt like it was like I've been working out now for about a year and maybe like 14 months. Like this is the first time in my life I've worked out like every week, bar like maybe like 1 week when I was sick or something. So it's like the first time in my life I've had like a religious exercise regime, right? Where like I just don't miss weeks, and if I'm tired, I just don't slack off. Like I just always go to the gym on the designated time and date. So I've been doing that like a year and change, because I think I started June last year. So about 14 months, I think. And right before we went on holiday, I feel like I had the best workout of my life, right? Like the most sets I've ever done, lifting really heavy, feeling good about every exercise, feeling good, not sore, etc, etc, etc. And then I go away to Disneyland for like a week. I don't know what protein is in any of the food there, so I'm just completely guessing. Like my normal diet these days is pretty, like, I wouldn't say it's regimented, but like I know that I'm like hitting protein targets and stuff. So I go to Disneyland for like a week, and I don't know what protein is in everything. I mean, I can't even read the menu, right, because it's in French and I don't really speak French. So I just eat whatever the fuck I want for like a week. And had a workout this morning after like being sore for like an entire week after coming back from Disneyland, basically from carrying my kids around. And this morning's workout was like the worst workout of my life, where I did like half as many sets. I didn't lift heavy at all. It was a disaster. Gotta load up in the protein bars. I did take protein bars with me on holiday. But here's the thing, there's all the Disneyland snacks and ice cream and popcorn and all this shit, and it's like you just eat the snacks, right? Like I maybe had a couple of protein bars while I was away. At one point, my kids were actually having a nap, and I was trying to be super quiet, so I actually sat on the toilet. Like toilet seat down, like I'm not actually doing the toilet, but I sat on the toilet in my little hotel room and ate a protein bar while I sat on the toilet. That was a fun experience, you know? Try and get my but I mean, protein bars got like 20 grams of protein in it. I need like 120 a day, right? So it was like a losing battle on holiday. Mike says I really need to get to the gym or something, considering it's free to where I work. Yeah, the one at my work is free as well. Enjoyed the vacation, no shame there. Yeah, no, I really enjoyed the vacation. And yeah, I totally messed up my shoulder, I think, just because I probably ended up carrying my kids' loads, right? Like, you know, we barely, like, you're going to Disneyland for the entire day. Well, I say the entire day. Like, you're getting to Disneyland at like 8 a.m. and you're going to stay there till like 9 p.m. And honestly, by like 10 past 8, my little boy's like, Dad, my legs are tired. I think one of the mornings he said that to me. He was like, Dad, my legs are tired. I was like, I don't want to hear your legs are tired. I'm fucking tired. I had to drop a bunch of weight after not working out for 2 months. Yeah, so I basically had to drop a bunch of weight after not working out for just like a week or a week and a half. Because when I came back, I couldn't work out because I think I'd hurt my shoulder, honestly, from carrying my kids too much. And I'm always conscious, like, if you've got an injury and you work out, you just make it worse, and then you can't work out for longer. But yeah, I think when I turned 40 last year, and I think that was sort of the point for me where I was like, right, I need to try and be healthier, because you only get one body, right? And I wasn't exactly kind to my body when I was younger. I smoked a lot, I drank a lot, I didn't do any exercise for multiple years, so I got to play catch up a little bit here. So yeah. So now I'm working out, but yeah, this week has been tough. I feel like I was in the best shape. I'm probably still close to the best shape I've ever been in my life, but I was in really good shape before I went on holiday, and then I've had 2 weeks of ice cream and chocolates and cocktails. Do you know what? Cocktails, espresso martinis, they're my I mean, I like drinking whiskey, but like if I go to a bar and they've got espresso martinis, oh, I love an espresso martini. The only thing I don't love about, well, there's two things I don't love about them. One is they come in a tiny glass, and two, they're usually like $15, so you can drink them in like friggin' 2 minutes. But yeah, I love an espresso martini. Yeah, it's like I think it's like my holiday drink. Maybe that's why. Like I'm just powering around Disneyland, not realizing how sore my shoulder is carrying my kids, because I'm wired up on espresso martinis. So we're back now. Got GT to practice for. But yeah, if you don't work out, I honestly think it's a great thing you should think about building into your habit, because it also helps with mental health. Like it really helps with mental health as well. Like I was having proper mental health problems before I started going to the gym. I mean, one of the reasons I probably started going was to see if it could help me with my mental health as well, and it's helped me loads. Mike says the last time I went to Disney was pre-kids, took my partner for her 30th. I was there for 4 days. On the 4th day our legs would just not function anymore. I had an average of 19,500 steps a day for five days straight. So it was like 18, 22, 23, 19, 20 or something, right? Like so basically we were walking 10 miles a day. And I wonder how much of that walking was carrying young children. Probably, maybe not half, but I would say like a third, maybe. So, yeah, I felt broken when we came back from holiday. Honestly, I you know, going to the gym and lifting really heavy weights, I feel better than I did walking in Disneyland. It's ridiculous. So I see a lot of people have already started online the rhetoric about what they want for 11th edition. I saw Mini Wargaming made a video about like what the changes that they want for 11th edition. They very much hate the L-shaped terrain. And I mean, in some ways terrain is a little bit like terrain in 10th edition is a bit monopose, right? I mean, I don't know how you describe it better than that, right? Like it's standard, it's static. I mean, terrain in 9th edition was the same to a certain extent. But yeah, it's an interesting one. I guess I think over the next few months we're going to see everybody release their wish lists for 11th edition of 40k. I'm sure I've got a wish list. What about in chat? Player place terrain was not perfect, but was more balanced, says Campbell. Evening, Island Phoenix. How on earth are you? How's life with the little one, by the way, Helen Phoenix? They must be a couple of months old by now, right? Time flies, they're probably older than that. Something I always used to say was time marches relentlessly onwards, which is like, you know, like, you don't realise how fast time actually goes. And it never stops, right? Like, it just goes and goes and goes. Antonio says he thinks they'll be disappointed. We'll see the same amount of terrain for a while. Yeah, I mean, I think there's definitely been a push, right, to try and make the game more competitive. Whether that's what everybody wants from Warhammer 40,000 or not, there's definitely been a push for that. I want to return to 2nd edition, says Frank. I mean, I think I enjoyed 2nd edition, Frank, but I also think I feel like the games took forever. Like, I've got memories of going around to my friend's house and playing like a turn in an evening and then going away and then coming back the next day. We had to take over like the garage and be like, right, nobody move any of the models because we need to leave this shit set up so we can finish this game tomorrow, right? 4 months now. The little guy's asleep. Success. They get easier to put to sleep. Highland Phoenix, you'll like, my little boy goes to sleep in like 10 minutes now. It's brilliant. He just needs like a quick cuddle and like a quick song, and then that's it. The danger that I've got is like sometimes I fall asleep next to him in the bed and I'm like, my wife will come and wake me up and be like, you're sleeping. I'm like, ugh. Falling asleep trying to, like, because he just wants a cuddle and it'll be warm in the bed, you know, and I'll just fall asleep. But no, they get easier to put to sleep. Morale should be more meaningful. Yes! Battle Shock should be more meaningful. If that's going to be Dante's special rule for another edition, please God make it more meaningful. Or like, I honestly wonder if they took everybody's leadership and just put it down 1 point. Would it have been right? Because then it might have felt meaningful. Do you remember in 2nd edition hallucination grenades though? They were good fun. Those are vortex grenades. Yeah, it was never fun when your broken unit ran off the table though and you just lost the entire unit. I mean, it was fun when it happened to your enemies. Back when the no fear rule for Space Marines was legitimately good, because at least your guys didn't run away. Yeah, I missed the old grenades when they scattered. I forgot that they scattered. But yeah, so maybe I'll get one of the new boxes of like Space Marines. Maybe not like the combat patrol, but maybe we'll get one of the new characters or something, and maybe we'll try and make like a quirky army or something around one of the new characters. I was half thinking of playing some Iron Storm next, just because I've got a lot of armor units and thought it might have been fun. But I guess we'll see. Virus grenade, just one-shot an entire orc army. I don't remember the virus grenade, but I remember the hallucination grenade. The new Raven Guard character can be converted to nice Blood Angels captain. I must admit the number of conversions I've done as of late has been much less. I think it's because of the removal of all the war gear, right? I was thinking about this the other day, is like back when there was all the war gear options, you wanted to make characters, you know, you were like, oh, I want a captain with a lightning claw, or, you know, I want a captain with a sword and like a relic blade and a infernal pistol, or whatever combo there might have been, right? But like, I think with the removal of a bunch of the war gear, the need to make and convert characters has been removed somewhat, or diminished somewhat, I feel like. So I haven't been making as many I just haven't been making as many in 10th edition because I'm not sure the need is still there, right? The Raven Guard guy has too much birdie stuff on him. I must admit I didn't look too closely at the birdie stuff. More consistent on needs for results. Some rolls need high, some rolls need no. Make it so high rolls are more positive results, and bad rolls for like deadly demise. Yeah, I mean, they could definitely standardize or improve some of those rolls for sure, I feel like, Phil. If I did buy that new Iron Hands character, I would 100% be converting him into like I'd be playing his rules as if he's Iron Hands, but I'd be converting him to look like a Blood Angels. So I was having a talk with Tony and Mark about that, and they think that the reason that they removed one sec. Highland, thanks so much for 53 months of membership. Tony and Mark were saying like they think that the reason they removed some of the need for conversions was right to like make the game more accessible to new players. So like new players aren't overwhelmed by like all the options, and they aren't like, oh well, this is difficult. But I do think as a veteran player I have lost some of the drive. Is drive the right word? Probably. Some of the drive or some of the need to spend as much money, because like, you know, like if I go back to that last edition, I was building like Death Company with Thunderhammers, or Death Company with Infernal Pistols and Power Fists, or Vanguard Veterans with Storm Shields and Lightning Claws. Like there was lots of options, and you wanted to have models with all the different options. You wanted to have some Sangre Guard with Infernal Pistols, and you wanted to have some with Angelic Bolters, so you could switch and swap to make army lists, right? You wanted some Sangre Guard with Power Fists as well in there. So I do think that the new rules are anti they're kind of like anti-conversion, if that makes sense, because you will already have everything that's in the box, like Antonio says. Yeah, I don't know if I like that, honestly. I think some of the funnest things I've done is like some of the models I've converted. I'm in two minds about it, right? Because it was annoying when you had to keep changing and converting weapon options. But the flip side of the coin is we've lost some of that creativity, or at least personally I've lost some of it. I do wonder if it's like I have a lot of models, so maybe I'm at a point where like I don't need to do too many conversions, but I also think that my excitement about conversions has been lessened because the number of options that are available to me has also been lessened, right? So VT says if WYSIWYG is less important, it's a good thing. Yeah, so in some ways, yes, I guess I agree. In some of the other ways, losing some of the fun. I'm sad we've lost some of the fun. So I can't say which I prefer. But I do think that I'm missing something. You know, like, I do also think in previous editions I spent a lot more time building army lists. Getting on to Highland Phoenix's point, any thoughts on new lists? Well, in previous editions I would make lots more lists, I feel like. Because there was a lot, you know, like, list building was much more granular. And it was like, oh well, I could remove this one infernal pistol, or I could add this one rocket launcher, or I could remove this one multi-melta. So things felt like a lot more granular or something. Whereas now, list building is much more like, you just take the whole squad and then you've got whatever war gear that squad had, or... So, because I've been on vacation, dude, I haven't been building lists. I think while I've been on vacation, I've had a few videos out on the channel, but I just haven't been... I'm one of these, like, all or nothing type people, sort of, where, like, things consume me to a point where, like, maybe it becomes negative. So, like, I purposely haven't, like, checked my work email one time, because I think if I go into it one time while I'm on holiday, I would just lose like a half a day going like, oh god, I've got emails that I need to check and deal with, right? So I think the same thing sort of, it hasn't been quite as true as 40k, because I have made a couple of videos. Like, you know, I have had a video out on every Friday while I've been away. I did have a video or two come out, like one came out on Sunday, one came out on Wednesday. But apart from those videos, I have done nothing else. Like, I looked at the reveal stream very little. Right, I've been babysitting my kids this week, and last week I had them at Disneyland, so yeah, I haven't built, like, all I know, where I am at the moment is I have that Stormlands list that I've played 3 times, and I've beaten Death Guard, I've beaten World Eaters, and I've beaten Gene Stealer cults with it. I kind of like it, but I know there's probably some weaknesses in it. I would like to get more practice games in with it, but you know, in reality, where I've got kids and I've got to go back to work on Monday, and I actually tried to get a game on Wednesday night this week, but everybody was busy. I think what had actually happened was, because I was on holiday, the plastic crackheads had stolen the room that we play Warhammer in for the Wednesday night. Because, like, while I was away, I had been avoiding stuff, and like I noticed when I came back, I noticed that they'd like arranged a game for the Wednesday night, and I was like, all right. So, I mean, it's fair enough. It's like a communal room, right? If they know I'm going to be away, I guess they sort of stole the room for their stream. How's it looking into nights? How's anything looking into nights, man? I mean, I can probably nuke a couple of knights a turn, because I've got double oath the moment with +1 to wound. So, I mean, I guess if I can nuke, I could probably nuke 2 big knights a turn, and then hopefully survive the retaliation. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I don't know too much about how knights are performing in the meta. I imagine they're doing very well. The old school GW feel of have fun and convert what you want is long gone. Yeah, I mean, they've been making it much harder to convert with all the weird poses, right? You remember in the olden days where it was like you bought a Space Marine and you got a chest and you got 2 arms and you got a head and you attach them any way you want? I mean, that is pretty much long gone. Votan are looking spicy. You seem to be putting 2 or 3 paint coats on. Yes, I typically always do 2 thin coats of paint, yes. Have I used Army Painter paints? Yeah, I mean, I have them. I don't know if they're any different. Like, but yeah, I am always pretty much putting on 2 coats of paint, yeah? 2 thin coats. Is that not the name of the game for Warhammer? Knights are kind of OP just now, so yeah, I'm probably going to get beaten by Knights at the tournament. But the thing is, if I go Blood Angels, I'll probably get beaten by Knights as well anyway, right? VT says, I still think they should come out with a random few sprues of random cool looking weapons and bling to give us more variety and the ability to build cool shit. Yeah, and I mean, that's the thing, VT, is they already have all that cool shit. That's the thing I don't understand, right? Like, you remember the Blood Angels Tactical Squad? You remember how much people love that kit? Like, they already have that kit with all the cool Blood Angels bits on it. You remember the old Firstborn Death Company kit? You remember the old Firstborn Sangre Guard kit? All these kits exist, and all these kits have shitloads of cool bits on them. So why don't they just take all those kits that exist and take all the cool bits and let us have the cool bits, right? Because that's what we want. And I know you can go to a 3D printer and get those things. Like, I know that's a thing. But I feel like I would rather just buy it from Games Workshop, right? Because I think, like, if it was from Games Workshop, it'll be higher quality than a 3D print. Nothing against 3D prints. I mean, this friggin', what do you even call this? This tabard on this Dreadnought is literally a 3D print. So I'm painting a 3D print as we speak. But yeah, I feel like I would love to get those Firstborn Death Company shoulder pads, those Firstborn Sangre Guard shoulder pads, even the old Blood Angels Terminator shoulder pads, right? Like, I'd like to buy those, and then I'd like to do something with them. And I think that would be totally cool, and I don't know why they haven't done that. I remember you will put a plain shoulder pad on your Sangre Guard and like it. No complaining allowed. Well, here on the Blood Angels Commander channel, we are allowed to complain. You will not be muted. You will still pass go and collect your $200. You will not go directly to jail. You are allowed to complain. Because I will complain about that until the cows come home, or whatever the words are, right? Right when I knew that they were discontinuing the Firstborn Sangre Guard and the Death Company, I went to eBay and bought a few it wasn't even full boxes, it was like parts of bits. So it was like Sangre Guard helmets and Death Company shoulder pads and stuff. And I'm so glad that I did, but I'm also so annoyed that we just can't get those pieces anymore. Because obviously, like, I feel like I was pretty savvy about it. Because I was like, oh my god, they're discontinuing the Firstborn Sangre Guard. I need some more of those shoulder pads, or I need some more of their backpacks, or I need some more of their wings. Because like, we sort of seen the new kits, and for the most part, most of us knew we weren't going to be really happy with the new kits. So I picked up a few sets on eBay when they were, like, reasonably priced, but, like, I'm gonna need more before too long, no doubt. But yeah, I think it might come full circle, right? Like, at the moment, they're pushing all the generic stuff really hard. They're trying to get more people into the hobby. I assume at some point that will all go... It won't go away, but it'll be harder and harder to get new people to come in. And maybe they'll realise that us old folk, the old guard, still want bits for conversions and stuff, and then they'll sell them to us again. I don't know, I made a few videos about it. Maybe if I had 100,000 subscribers, I would have more reach or clout or pool or something, I don't know. But maybe I wouldn't, because apparently, like, maybe it's irrelevant, right? Because Midwinter Minis has been trying to get them to make the rules for the Warlord Titan viable. And I think Midwinter Minis has like hundreds of thousands of subscribers. I'd be surprised actually if he doesn't have 100,000. Because that's like his full-time job, right? Is YouTube. You can get the nice 30k weapon pack, it's pretty cool. I don't like the 30k style quite as much, but it's a nice assortment. I never understood the idea of assuming everyone is perpetually new. No, I don't think it's that they're assuming everyone's perpetually new, but I think new probably is the way that they can get the most growth, right? Like, Warhammer has been proven over the last few years to be able to grow at like a solid or a... Yeah, like a solid rate, a strong rate, I don't know what you call it, but yeah, I mean, it's been proven. And games like Space Marine 2 only help more, right? Because anything that just advances the brand of Warhammer, the brand that is Warhammer 40,000, so off topic a moment, any of you guys that have been to Disneyland know what Star Tours is? Because I'm a little 3-year-old. It's like you got to be 1 meter 2 centimeters tall to do Star Tours, and he was like so short that they measured him a bunch of times when he went on. So I took it on him. You've been on Star Tours many times, yeah. So I took my little 3-year-old on it, not knowing if he would like it, because it is actually quite violent for a 3-year-old. But he loved it. The French one is good as it's the old version. No, the French one is updated now, so it's the new version, where you go to like different planets every time, which is a little bit sad. I like the old version, honestly, like the original version. My first experience with Star Tours was like 1992 or something. But yeah, no, my little 3-year-old absolutely loved Star Tours. We ended up, I think we went on it, I want to say 9 times. I think it might have been 8. But I think it was every day, and then a couple of days we went twice. And I was honestly worried when I went on it first time, because I was like, this might be too scary for him. He's only 3. But no, he just absolutely loved it. We came off of it and he was like, I want to go again, I want to go again. So I think if I had to choose one ride at Disneyland that's my favourite, it's probably Star Tours. I'm not really that arsed about roller coasters. Like, I'm more arsed about experiences, and I guess Star Tours is like an experience. So I was very pleased. I love Star Tours. But yeah, I like the old one, Highland Phoenix. Yeah. Like Captain Rex, was it? From like the early 90s. That's the real Star Tours for me. Where's my grey? I need grey. Grey. Dawnstone. My 4-year-old loved Tower of Terror. Oh, really? I didn't risk Tower of Terror. He was tall enough for that, but I didn't risk it. Yeah, I hadn't been to Disneyland in 8 years. I think it was 2017 the last time I was there. And that was Florida. Paris is a good bit cheaper for, if you're living in the UK, Paris is a good bit cheaper to get to than getting to Florida. But yeah, I think if you, talking about lists, going back to that Highline Phoenix, I think if you've got all the models that I've been using, I think you should give Stormlands a try. Because I think Stormlands is bonkers fun. Whether or not it's going to be super competitive, I'm not 100% sure. But is it very fun? Yeah, it definitely is. How many days would you recommend for Disneyland? What, in Paris? Or... like, we have a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old, so I knew we were going to be slow as crap. I think as adults you can pretty much do Euro Disney. They call it Euro Disney or Disneyland Paris. I think as adults you can do Disneyland Paris in 2 days, right? Frank says I live 15 miles from Disneyland. You mean California, Frank? But yeah, I mean, we had like 5 days with the kids, and that, you know, we were still doing stuff that we hadn't done on the last day, so having 2 young children very, very much slows you down. Like, massively, right? It's more the queuing, right? Like, if we came to any ride that was like 45-minute queue, we were just like, yeah, we're not doing that right now, because the kids will just bicker or fight the entire time in the queue, and yeah, we just... 9 and 6. Well, I would say you definitely need... you probably get everything done in 3 days in Disneyland Paris. But I mean, I think a lot of people maybe get bored of it. I wouldn't get bored of it. I'd just go on more rides if I was there longer. Plus, maybe some people don't want to do everything. I was like, I'm going to take the kids on everything that they were tall enough for. I was like, yeah, I'm going to do it. Well, Frank, one day when I come to Disneyland in California, we'll get a beer. I'll make you drive over there and we'll get a beer. It'll be like a decade from now, but I'm going to do it one day. I've never done Disney in California. If you do 2 nights and you have the evening of the last day, you get, if you're staying in the hotel, you get in the last day, yeah. But we had to fly home very early on our last day, so we didn't get to do anything on the last day. Two nights might be pushing it. If you've got... yeah, I mean, if you've got kids, it is a lot of walking. Like, our 5-year-old hasn't been in a buggy for years, but she went in the buggy a bunch of times. Most websites are awful on mobile. Anaheim is full of breweries. Well, it sounds perfect. I'll come visit. I like breweries. I was going to say, you know, with all that Brexit nonsense where the UK wanted to leave the European Union or whatever, I bought some whiskey. Like, well, I say some whiskey. I literally bought like a glass of whiskey when I was in Paris, and it cost like just pretty much the exact same as it cost at home, because I was like, at home the tax on whiskey now is just so ridiculous. So I was like, I can literally fly a whole country away and I can buy whiskey at the same price. It makes literally no sense. You know, I really want to finish a Brutalis Dreadnought, and I actually, like, I kind of want to have the second one done, but like, I just disliked building the kit so much, and it took so long that I don't really want to build the other Brutalis Dreadnought kit. I know Marius said he really enjoyed it, but like, I really did not enjoy building the Brutalis Dreadnought. I thought it was too many pieces. The whole kit annoyed me, honestly. I like the Ballistus Dreadnought. Tower of Terror is the best ride. I do like the Tower of Terror, the Twilight Zone. You know, last time I went on Tower of Terror, I started watching Twilight Zone. Like, you know, the original... I mean, it must have been like the 50s. When did Twilight Zone actually go on television? Because it was in black and white, right? They don't make TV shows like they used to, do they? Twilight Zone, what a great TV show. I say that. Do you know what? I actually don't watch that much TV. I'm sure there's some great modern TV shows. I just don't watch that much TV anymore. Thrillwood says the Brutalis was terrible to build. Would you rather build a Big Knight or another Brutalis? Probably a Big Knight. We did Guardians of the Galaxy in Orlando, and my daughter was 6 at the time. She was a bit scared. Was Guardians of the Galaxy the one in Epcot? Because I think I missed that. We were there in 2017, and I think they were building a Guardians of the Galaxy ride. In Epcot, maybe. Yeah, that's Epcot. Do you know what? I'll show you. Stay here 1 sec. I'll show you what I bought. So we actually didn't ride Tower of Terror this time, but I got this for 27 euros because I love Tower of Terror and I thought it was super cool. So I need to get a frame for it. I thought 27 euros was okay. You know, like, Disneyland's weird in that, like, something like that could be like very reasonable. Or at least that seemed very reasonable. And then you like buy a soda and a donut and you're like 12 euros. I'm like, okay. In Paris, a bottle of Coca-Cola was $4.20, right? So like if you bought like 2 bottles of water and a Coke, that was like over $10. And then that the cool ass print that I've never seen before that I like Tower of Terror a lot. So the cool ass print was like 27 euro. I was like, yeah, it seems reasonable. We got it home flat as well in the suitcase, so that was good. Epcot was my favourite. Epcot is the best for adults, I think, right? when I was in Epcot, they were doing the food and I forget what it was called. The food and drink festival or something. We did one of the meal plans and it was worth it. Yeah, we did the meal plan in Paris. And I think that was massively worth it because, I mean, we still had to buy like random sodas and snacks, but for like dinner and for breakfast and that, I think that saved a lot of money. Yeah, I honestly didn't expect Disneyland Paris to be so good. Because I think I think the last time I might have been in Disneyland Paris would have been like, oh, I don't even remember when, honestly. So, yeah, I didn't know if it would be that good for the kids with the language barrier and stuff. Like, none of my kids speak any French. But, no, it was really good. They really enjoyed it. Currently finishing basing my Blood Angels in between painting my brother's Dark Angels for a tournament tomorrow. Do you know what? I need to do some basing. I better do some base paint on these guys actually here in a second, because I was gonna at least put the Agrax on some of these bases. Yeah. Thanks for reminding me, Seal Pilled. Hello. I'd like to go to Disneyland as an adult, went when I was younger, but would like to control my experience. It's good, isn't it? Like, some people will judge you for having a holiday to Disneyland. I think it's awesome, man. I mean, I had as much fun as my kids, honestly. You know, like, there's a lot of things in this world you can waste money on, and I don't necessarily think Disneyland is, you know, like you go out, you think Disneyland's expensive, but yeah, I mean, have you been to a bar recently, right? Like, some places you go to a bar now, you're like $15 for a beer, right? Like, the world's gone a bit mental. So Disney isn't that bad. I would go as an adult, 100%. I had great fun with my kids, but I would have even more fun probably without them. But then, you know, it is what it is. You love the Tower of Terror art? Yeah, I think Tower of Terror, I don't know when they first built it, but I feel like it was ages ago. But they've closed the Rock and Roller Coaster in Paris now, because that used to be there. So that wasn't there anymore. I'm trying to think of anything else they might have closed. I don't know if there was anything else they closed that I remember going on before. When I went to Europe, I would just buy beer since it was considerably cheaper than getting sodas or bottled water. I think those days are gone. I remember that as well. I went to Amsterdam in... oh god, what year would this have been? I think I went to Amsterdam in like... 2005 or something? If it wasn't 2005, it was like plus or minus a year or two. But I went to Amsterdam in like 2005, and honestly, it was €1 for a beer. And the place we were staying at had a happy hour. So in happy hour, it was 2 beers. And it wasn't even like cheap beer. It was like Grolsch in a bottle, or Heineken in a bottle. So like, because it's in a bottle, you know it's somewhat decent, right? Like, it's not like some crap from the draft or something. It's like actual real branded beer. And it was 2 of them for a not a dollar, for €1. And back then the UK pound was even stronger, so €1 was like, I think back then €1 was like 70 cents. So like, we were in a bar getting beer for 35 pence a bottle, right? Heineken ain't beer at 35 pence a bottle, dude. it's beer. I mean, it's still like 5%. What percent is Heineken? Original Heineken is dun dun dun. Yeah, it's 5%. I mean, 35 pence for a 330 mils, which I think is like the 16-ounce bottles of 5%. Like, it's maybe not the best beer. I paid $75 US for a 6-pack of beer at a concert a couple of weeks ago. Okay, well, yeah. So so 20 years ago, 75 would have got you 150 beers. Now you get 6. The world. I swear, by the time we are like on our deathbeds, like aged 80, a beer is going to be $100. The fucking world has gone crazy. I do worry a little bit about our kids. Like, what are our kids gonna like? It's a bit mental. It's a bit mental. It's a bit bonkers, isn't it? Yeah. So we went for this night out, right? So basically, like, it was the bar in the hotel where it was 2 bottles of Heineken for €1, and we were going out into town, you know, after we'd had a few drinks. And one of the guys didn't even make it out of the hotel, right? Because that's how the beer was so cheap that he was actually physically being sick before we even left the hotel, because the beer was that cheap. I don't know how many he had, but enough to get like absolutely rat-arsed, whatever you call it. I don't know what you call it in America, or in Scotland. If we say rat-arsed, that means you're basically so drunk that you can't even stand up. So he was basically rat-arsed before we even, like, we couldn't even get him out of the hotel because the beer had been so cheap in the hotel. In like the 2 hours that we were in the hotel, he just got rat-arsed. We say shit-faced? Yeah, same thing. Amsterdam had a ton of Belgian beers when I was there. I was spoilt for choice. You know, I think I've been to Amsterdam like 3 or 4 times, and every time it was like, I felt like there was a good choice in what you could drink, and there was good choices on other things as well. Other totally legal things in Amsterdam. I'd like to go back one day. We could do a Blood Angels Commander meet in Amsterdam. Unfortunately, we can't provide the 35 pence beers, though. Heineken is what's left after washing the actual beer out of the bottle. Well, maybe that's why it was 35 pence. Eternal Crusader says, good evening. So, as if Blood Angels players have enough reasons to be livid at GW, they just dropped the most dripping chapter master since Hellbreak. Do you know what, dude? I actually really like the Dante model, right? Like, I genuinely think the new Dante model is great. I had a lot of fun painting it. It's probably one of the models I've done the most conversion work on this edition. So I genuinely really like the new Dante. I genuinely really liked painting him and converting him, and I think I just wanted something bigger as well, though, right? Like, a lot of people wanted like the Sanguiner scaled up as like a demi Primark or something like that. I want a centerpiece model, and I don't necessarily think Dante. Well, I mean, now Dante's got in his new sculpt and everything. I don't think Dante is the centerpiece for Blood Angels. Like, I think he's cool, and I think he's big, and I think he's exciting, but I don't think he's the centerpiece that we want or need. I think we need something bigger, right? Like, what's the furthest I've ever traveled for a gaming convention or tournament? So I've been to GDC, does that count? Which is a convention. So that's the Game Developer Convention. And that was in San Francisco, and I've traveled there from Scotland. But that was for my day job, right? Like, that was for, like, actual work. Not for, like, playing Warhammer. If we're talking about playing Warhammer, the most then I've traveled is, like, 4 or 5 hours by car. I'd like to do LVO one year, but, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I think LVO... Well, I have a friend that's going to a tournament in Las Vegas at the moment, and I think you're talking like £3,000 maybe by the time you put flights and accommodation, and like, it's an awful lot of money, especially if you've got 2 kids. My friend that's going doesn't have any kids. Other than Dante's helmet and his iron halo, he is a great model, says Andonius. Yeah, I think Dante is a great model. I feel like I've got nothing negative to say about the Dante model. The only negative is that I wanted something bigger, like a centerpiece model. But Dante's just a regular, I was going to say he's like a regular Toughness 4 Space Marine, right? Like, the center model that we want is something bigger. Like, I mean, I hate to say sanguineous, but yeah, I mean, like, some sort of, like, for example, in the Horus Heresy, they have that Terminator that's got the jump pack. Not the Terminator, sorry, the Dreadnought, right? The Dreadnought with the jump pack and the twin Furioso claws type thing, whatever that's called. I think it's a Contemptor Dreadnought with a jump pack. I don't have one, but I've seen it a few times and thought that would be a pretty cool centerpiece. Like if we're never going to get, and I don't know if we are never going to get Sanguinius back, then we should have a centerpiece for Blood Angels that is of significant size to Primark. It doesn't necessarily need to be a Primark, but it should be the size of a Primark so that we can say that we have our centerpiece model. Because, I mean, like, I've literally got on screen, off screen here, the Gilliman model that I'm converting to Blood Angels. And, like a model like this size is what I want as, like, my centerpiece model. Careful what you wish for. We're about to get Pet Cemetery Sanguinius. What does that mean? I'm not Pet. I feel like Pet Cemetery is a movie I should have watched, but like I said to you, my wife's always surprised with the movies that I haven't seen, because she always says to me, like, how have you not seen this? And I was like, when I was growing up, I was literally playing video games and playing Warhammer. I do not actually, like, I feel like I don't, like, I genuinely don't watch that much TV. Zombie Sanguinius. I mean, I'd be alright with him being a zombie. I mean, at this point, they're bringing back all the Primarks, are they not, to a certain extent? McFatson, nice to see you. Thank you so much for the $2. McFatson coming in with a troll super chat. Raven Guard Patrol is better than Blood Angels Combat Patrol. Lol. I'm gonna have to look at the Raven Guard Combat Patrol, haven't I? The Blood Angels Combat Patrol had 6 Sangry Guard in it. I mean, most people will need the new Sangry Guard. And he also had the new Captain, which... I mean, the new Captain has some cool heraldry on him. I painted mine gold. I do think he looks pretty cool, so... I appreciate the 2, though. Thank you so much, McFatson. Did you watch my video this week, McFatson? What do you think of Drop Pod and Firestorm detachment? Are you doing it? Do you like it? Do you not like it? What's the thought? You want, like, Zombie Sanguinius when he's a Nurgle follower. You sure as fuck better not be a Nurgle follower. That would be the true definition of irony, though. They bring back Sanguinius, and he is not a Blood Angels model, so we cannot... Even then, he's back, but we still don't have a centerpiece. That really would be the most ironic shit ever, wouldn't it? Hold on, I'm not sure if I'm on Discord right now. Yeah, Antonius. Alright, okay. Zombie Sanguinius. Mephiston is a Brutalis Dread that's Brutalis sized. I mean, Mephiston just got his Primaris model. I doubt he'll change. It's a Stephen King classic. Do you know what? I like Stephen King. I just haven't seen that. I don't know why. Pet Sematary didn't sound like Stephen King, but, you know. Chaos Blood Angels? Blood Angels wouldn't be Blood Angels with Sanguinius living. Well, I mean, they still would be Blood Angels. They just wouldn't have the flaw anymore. I mean, here's the thing, they haven't shown any Death Company models on the Games Workshop site for like 2 years at this point, almost. Someone was saying that. Someone was like, the reason there's no Death Company for sale anymore is because they're going to bring Sanguinius back. And you won't have Death Company anymore because there's no reason for them to be all mad and Horusy. I don't know if I buy that, but it is weird to me that they've had like 2 years of no Death Company. Like if you go to gamesworkshop.com and you search Death Company, like there is no Death Company box to buy, right? Like they released that big box that had Lamartes, Astrath, the Brutalis in it, and that's it. Like since then, there's been you can't buy any Death Company. They don't sell them. You just have to buy Assault Intercessors and buy the crappy generic upgrade sprue that has no Death Company pieces on it if you want to make Death Company. I really dislike that. I really, really hate that. Our Death Company would just shift the Rander towards Games Workshop. We want to make things easier for new players. Yeah, I mean, it's like an oxymoron, right? James says, good evening, John. Good evening, brothers. Nice to see Deathwatch got a new kit, custom buddies and weapon options, while Death Company got an Eviscerator.
I have awoken.
The Eviscerator's so underwhelming as well, James, isn't it? Like, the Eviscerator at least could have had AP3 or something. Cambo says, I think Blood Angels need a new Librarian Chaplain Dreadnought. I mean, it would have been nice to keep, you know, Space Wolves got to keep a couple of, maybe it was more than a couple. Space Wolf got to keep a bunch of their firstborn Dreadnoughts, didn't they? See, I was into, imagine you're a Space Wolf player, and you got to keep all your firstborn Dreadnoughts, right? None of them went to Legends. Like, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, because here's the scary thing, right? The scary thing is, are they just going to get Legends in 11th edition? Right? Like, they just didn't get Legends now, because we sort of have a rumour that their Primark will be back. So, like, if you're a Space Wolf player, are you happy that the Dreadnoughts didn't go Legends? Because I feel like it would be risky to buy them, right? Like, I feel like it would be pretty risky to buy them because there's a pretty good chance they will still go Legends. So I actually don't know what's better, right? At least with us, we're like, okay, yeah, we shouldn't buy any Firstborn Dreadnoughts anymore because they are 100% Legends. And the one Dreadnought we can play, the one that's like 135 points, is absolutely tragically bad. James says Sanguinius brought back as the universe jumping the shark. I'd start playing Napoleonics instead. But like, it's a tough one, right? Like, they're a business that wants to make money, and if Sanguinius comes back and he's going to make a bunch of money, then I can see it, you know. I mean, in some ways, it's like the problem that like new Star Wars has had, right? Like, no one really gives a shit about Kylo Ren, or I can't even remember the other Emperor Snoke. Like, I don't think I've ever seen a. There must have been. I don't think I've ever seen a toy for Emperor Snoke. Like, I feel like there must have been for like when Force Awakens came out or whatnot. Like, there must have been an Emperor Snoke, you know, like it's not Hasbro that makes the Star Wars toys, it's like Kenner or something. So Kenner must have 100%, they must have made an Emperor Snoke toy, but no one really gives a shit about Kylo Ren and Emperor Snoke, right? People still do care about Darth Vader. Like, I was just literally at Disneyland, and you don't meet Emperor Snoke or Kylo Ren, you meet Darth Vader. Right, like the queue is for meeting Darth Vader. You know, they're like, you're here to meet Lord Vader, right? It was funny actually, because we were standing in the queue, and like the cast member at the start at the front of the queue said like, Lord Vader will be with you in a second, and my little boy Michael was like, no, I don't want to meet Vader. No. I was like, Michael, we've queued for ages. We're going in to meet him, and he's like, no, Dad, no. And I was like, right, you've been asking all day to go into this building. You didn't know what was in there, but now you know it's Lord Vader. You don't want to go in anymore. Okay. But yeah, so in the same thing, like, you know, no one really goes to Disneyland to see those things. They go to see Lord Vader, right? So it's a monetization thing, right? I think they've made the sequels not canon anymore. I don't think they have, Campbell, because I thought they were making another movie with Rey. Antonia says, my wife got super pissed because I spent a bunch of money on Legends kits, but then I show her how much they're going for now. Oh man, if you're sitting... Yeah, I mean, if you're... I think the Blood Angels Tactical Squad is a great example, right? Like, that was like a $30 kit. Last time I saw it on eBay, it was like $150. If they ever do made to order on the Blood Angels Tactical Squad, you should buy... Well, I mean, I was going to say you should buy 10 of them, but then if everybody buys 10 of them, there'll be a surplus of them forever. We should buy 2 of them, at least. Because that Blood Angels Tactical Squad kit was like highly sought after.
I have awoken.
Jason, 200th episode of the Armulus show. Yeah, so I was thinking about this, Jason. I could do it tomorrow, but I was thinking of doing it next Sunday because I wanted to do a giveaway. And honestly, because I've been back from the holiday and because I've been tired, I haven't done anything 40k this week, really. In terms of like on a normal week for me when I'm working, when I finish work and come home and put the kids to bed, I then go through to this room which I call my office, right? And like I start doing, you know, production on like a weekly video and start sorting out like what's happening. I just haven't done that this week, I guess, because being back from holiday or whatnot, and I'm just out of my normal routine. But I do have a few prizes to give away because the charity raffle that we did, one guy won all 4 prizes. Well, there were 6 prizes. One guy won 4 of them. He did buy 200 tickets, so you know he did spend. Well, he did donate $200 to the charity. He might have actually bought 250 tickets. I can't remember. But I was thinking I wanted to have my competition for winning this next set of prizes for essentially the next giveaway ready to go with the 200th show, because I thought the 200th show would get a lot of views just because it's the 200th show. And I haven't put that competition together. So I was thinking I was going to do that this week and have the 200th show next week. So it would maybe mean like tomorrow is just nothing. I could, yeah, it's. I don't want to do it and then people be like, well, that was the 200th show. But yeah, help. I don't know. I think I want to do the 200th show next week. But then if I do that, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing tomorrow night, basically. No, I appreciate that. Thanks for asking, because well, hopefully you don't die, Andonius. That would be no fun. Yeah, I really thought they were... Hasbro's apparently bought Kenner now. Okay. Yeah, I don't know too much about toys, but I do know that, like, another hobby stream, I mean, I could do more hobbying. Just I don't know if people care about hobbying 2 nights in a row. Do you know what we could do tomorrow night is we could look at the new Space Marine reveals. Like, just like an hour talking about the new Space Marine reveals. And then that's like, it's like I'm still here, we still have a chat. And we can maybe figure out, like, I can have a look in exactly what I've got to give away before tomorrow night, so I know what I'm giving, like, I know what's going to be the prizes for this giveaway. Because I've got 3 boxes of stuff up there that I'm giving away, I just haven't opened them. I haven't looked inside them in like a couple of months, I guess. Not since we did the charity raffle, anyway. I think probably just the 200th show just crept up on me. Meanwhile, I guess I did a lot of planning for holiday and stuff. Like, if Warhammer is my biggest passion, which it probably is, then Disneyland is like one of my second biggest. The problem is I can only afford to go to Disneyland once every decade, but I love it. I absolutely love it when we go. And I'll probably like the next time I take my kids on holiday abroad, it'll probably be Disneyland again. So I'm probably just going to go into save mode for a good few years, not buy anything, and then go to Disneyland again. I like the hobby streams. I get to rewatch them while doing personal spin cycling classes. Do you know what? It's good. It's crazy how many people in this Discord actually talk about going to the gym or talking about doing exercise. It's good, man. Because stereotypical Warhammer players are not known for going to the gym or going to exercise classes or... And like, we're all getting older. I'm very passionate about trying to take care of myself these days. I suppose that's another passion that I've got now. But yeah, sure. We'll have something tomorrow night, but it's not going to be episode 200. We're going to do that next week. We can tomorrow night. I'll try and tease what's actually going to be given away. That'll work. Thanks for the help. Man, I hate it when their cloaks go all the way down and like they cover their feet, and like I don't know how I'm gonna paint the back of their feet because these stupid cloaks. Tier list each new box as a Blood Angel starter box. Oh, I like that idea. Look at you, McFatson. Don't paint where you can't see it from 5 feet away. Ah, I wish I could do that. I always end up painting detail that you can never see. Because I've been on vacation this week, I also completed God of War Ragnarok. I honestly got that game the week it came out, or like the week after it came out. God of War Ragnarok release date. So it came out in November 2022. Wow. So it's taken me like 2 years, 8 months, but it's completed. I did it. I beat it. Probably only beat it on like normal difficulty. But it is finally completed. I thought it was a really cool game. I really like God of War. I really like the new PlayStation ones, or whatever you call them. I think they're really great. Sub-assemblies, when you want to paint some intricate detail only to glue a pistol holster right over the top of it. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much why I don't bother with sub-assemblies. So yeah, if you get 2 seconds tonight, guys, if you could leave a like on the stream, it would be super appreciated. I was really surprised actually that Death Guard didn't get any nerfs though. I was really expecting, like with the balance stuff that came out. Oh look, my paintbrush just fell apart. Oh cool. Well, I mean, I've been using this one for a while. Didn't even know that thing fell off. That's a Citadel brush. Oh, it clips back on. There's no time to press the like button. You've been spamming the chat. Hey Phil, thank you so much for the gifted, dude. You're very, very generous. Do you know what? I've been away, so my little membership bar has been like... I think I started tonight's stream with 0, so... Thank you, Phil. Super glue? Oh yeah, I mean it's a wrecked brush. Look at the state of the head on it. I use my it's got some sort of horrible hook on the top of it. I use brushes until they're within an inch of their life, I feel like. But yeah, I suppose I could super glue it. Good point.
I have awoken.
Phil, thank you so much for the gifted memberships, dude. I feel like every month you always hooking me up. What did I do to that brush? I mean, I've just been probably using it for like 2 years, that's all. I mean, I tend to wash my brushes when I'm finished with them. I use like that brush soap to try and give them more life. So I'll probably just run it under the tap, like probably a hot tap too many times. When you use brush soap, that's a good question. Do you guys use hot water or cold water with it? Because I usually use like reasonably warm water. Maybe that's wrong. But I mean, I've been doing it for years with reasonably warm water, so. But I just use this. The Masters Brush Cleaner and Preserver. You get a tub of it for like $5 and it lasts ages, right? Probably a tub of that probably lasts like, at least, let's say like 2 years maybe? Lukewarm? I probably have it slightly warmer than lukewarm. Feels so nice to be back, dude. It also, I appreciate the super chats. I appreciate the gifted subs, guys. Thank you so much. There's always a bit of a worry when you go away, like, you know. Like, will people still be here when I come back? You know, it's not a hard and fast rule. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for still being here. I do appreciate it. I thought I saw another couple of purity seals on this a minute ago, but apparently I'm bleeding blind. Ah! Just drop the Brutalis Dreadnought. Why don't you? It's not important. Good morning, Hadley. Hot water rubber band to keep the brush tip down around an old Yeti cup. What the hell is a Yeti cup? You love that upgraded Brutalis. The 3D printed parts are pretty cool, aren't they? They do help bring it a little bit more. I was going to say, they certainly help bring it more to Blood Angel's sort of place. Is that the right word that we're looking for? I felt very sad, like, I feel like the Death Company Dreadnought they gave us was like, it felt like absolute minimum effort. I really disliked that. I just felt like there was no effort put into it. I'm not sure these 3D printed parts are the greatest, but I think it's better than just being generic like everyone else. Phil says, I like to gift subs so people get a chance to try out the Discord and the extra effort you put in. That's how I became a member to begin with. Oh, really? Do you know who gifted you your first gifted sub, Phil? Or do you know how you got your sub in the first place? I appreciate it, Phil. Thank you so much. Be interesting to know if you know who gave you that very first gifted sub. I don't know why I care, but apparently I do care. A lot of trim on this guy, though, right? Like, then, like, doesn't half add a bunch of trim getting the. Lots more blood drops, lots more trim. I'm probably going to do all this trim gold or something. Is this one So I'm using this one in my Stormlands list at the moment. And he is in Stormlands. He's a Brutalis Dreadnought because Stormlands isn't like my Stormlands list isn't Blood Angels, I guess. I'm generally surprised you don't use green laurels. I've got some green. Look, this is green. I was doing green on the head on these guys. Where was it? I just did green on some guy's head. Look, green, green, green. I do use green. Which bit were you expecting to be green that wasn't green, I guess? The starters party, woo, 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 woo. Evening of starters party. Sounds like you're drinking tonight. Where are the Blood Angels bits from? They are from Crimson Lords. You can get them from Archie's Forge in the UK. Where else can you get them from? Only Games, I think, is the other place you can get them from. But yeah, you're looking for the Crimson Lord stuff. You can buy the STLs, or you can buy the actual 3D prints. I don't have a 3D printer, so I just I bought some of the parts, but I also got sent a bunch of them to review them for the channel. But yeah, the ones that I bought from Archie's Forge were very high quality as well. I feel like I'd use Archie's Forge again for sure. I haven't been live a starters party. I've been on holiday. Yeah, if you go to Archie's Forge and search Crimson Lords. I had my kids in Disneyland for a few days there. I mean, I feel like I enjoyed it as much as the kids, though. I love Disneyland. I got a little bit sunburned as well. I did put on sun cream every day, but my skin is just very, very fair. I hate sunburn. I don't tan at all. I just go from white to burned, no in between. Yeah, 2 PM must be West Coast, right? I'm gonna guess that a starters party lives in Vegas. Because he's always having a party with the starters. If you were English, you would be bright red because you skipped the sun cream. Yeah, I've made that mistake before. Don't worry. If I skip sun cream, I'll end up in the emergency room. I am that white, honestly. I think one of the years we went to Orlando, I had Factor 100 sun cream. Because I was in Orlando for like 2 weeks, and I came home and people looked at me and they were like, "You were in Orlando, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Did you not get any sun?" And I was like, "Yeah, I just used Factor 100 the entire time because I've gone there before and I've not used enough sun cream." You ever have it like you put on a t-shirt and like the little neck of the t-shirt is touching your skin and it's like absolute agony? Jason says, "I like to say I go from Ghost to Coke Red, no in between." Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say I go from Ghost to like not even Coke Red. Like what's like this, like blood letter glaze. That's the color of my skin. If I get like, I only need like 2 hours of sun, honestly, to go that color. When I tell people I'm from Scotland, they don't realise how little sun we actually get in Scotland, I feel like. But yeah, no, I'll use that Coke Red thing in the future. That was funny. But yeah, we took after sun and stuff with us, you know, just in case the kids got burned. And I mean, the kids caught the sun. Is that like, that's what we say anyway? Like, if they were wearing sunscreen and they look like a little bit coloured, we'd say they caught the sun. So the kids definitely caught the sun, but like no one was burned, thankfully. Yeah, there's going to be so much trim and nonsense to do on this guy. It's ridiculous, actually. I'm glad that I did customize him, but like I'm thinking to myself, fucking A, it's going to take me forever to do this guy now, isn't it? Is it going to be a Death Company Dreadnought? I mean, it's a Brutalis Dreadnought, which is essentially the Death Company Dreadnought, yes. They are one and the same, are they not? As I say, I'm much more comfortable in cold weather, I feel like. The new Votan looks decent. Yeah, I mean I thought the new Votan soldier was looking very similar to like a StarCraft 2 Marine now, right? Like his gun and his helmet and everything, it's very StarCraft. Hello Nicholas, good evening. Battlefield 2 is not destroying... sorry, Battlefleet Gothic 2 isn't destroying your computer. Is that a demanding game, is it? Send John to Phoenix, Arizona, where the temperature this time of year is 41 degrees. Is that where you're at? I think I'd melt in 41 degrees. Paris was 28 or 29, I think. Maybe it got up to like 30 or 31 at some point, and that was I felt like that was very warm. I was like sweating. Like I'm just sweating, just like standing still, sort of. I have to wear a cap now, Jason, because I've got my bald spot on my head. If I don't wear the cap on my head, then my bald spot will get burned. Or burnt, excuse me. And my cap was like just so sweaty, it was disgusting. Like I wanted to take the cap off, but I was like, oh, just sweating, like I can't take the cap off because then my bald spot will get burned. I have a bald spot? Yeah, you've never noticed it on the live stream? I mean, it's possibly not fully bald, but you know how like that thing where you're your own worst critic? I feel like it's pretty bad. I mean, like, I don't know how many more years I can go with it before I have to just do like a winter's SEO and just wear a hat all the time. I was gonna say, surely you can see it. Surely you can see it. I can't tell if you can see it, but it's there. It's 100% there. It's bad. It looks less bad if my hair's short. If my hair's long, it's more noticeable, I feel like. So yeah, at some point in the future, there will be just a day where like I'm just here with a cap on, and you'll never see me again without the cap on. Yeah, because I don't know if I can be arsed. I've had my head shaved before, and like, I'm not sure it's something I really... I mean, I already get to shave my face like I was going to say like, I probably have to shave my 3 or 4 times a week. Like, I don't shave every day. I'm lucky enough where like I'm light enough where like the stubble can build up for a day or two and you can't really see it. But even that's a pain in the arse, right? Like I don't want to have to shave my head every week. Can't be bothered with that. Take a big vacation to Turkey. Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people go to Turkey and just pay to get their hair done. I think ultimately just buying a hat would be a cheaper solution, right? Here's the thing, right? Like, my wife paid a few years ago, maybe like more than a few, let's say almost 10 years ago, my wife paid for that laser eye surgery. And that shit was expensive, right? Like, she paid like $3,000 or something for that. Maybe it wasn't quite 3, but like, definitely 2 plus. And it's like, she's getting blind again, right? Like, she can't read her, like, she sometimes can't read messages on her phone and stuff, and it's like, you know, she didn't even have laser eye surgery like a decade ago, and she can already not properly see. Like, at that point, I'm like, couldn't you have just got glasses and you would have saved money anyway? Because, I mean, you gotta buy, you know, for $2,500, you can sure buy a lot of pair of glasses. You can get a pair of glasses for like 30 quid. Reimer says, I'm in the shave my head camp. How often do you shave your head? The comment about the cat reminds me of the story where we had to move an executive office because a sunroof in his plush corner office was giving him head sunburn. That's funny. I wish I had a plush corner office. Wow. I guess head sunburn isn't ideal though, huh? Every few days, yeah, that's the thing, right? Like, I already push it with like shaving my face, right? Like, where it's like, sometimes I know I need to shave, and I bet you if you look, like, if you're close, because you can't see my facial hair all that much, but I guess if you're close to me, you'll see that I'm unshaven. And you just look a little bit like run down or a little bit rough. Like, I don't want to have to shave my head as well every few days. When I was about 20, my buddy asked me to cut his hair into a mohawk, and I had to be the one to tell him the hair in the back didn't connect to the hair in the front. Yeah. Yeah, I think maybe like 45. I'm 42 this year. I think by the time I'm 45, I might have moved to a hat. We'll see. Or we just have to keep the hair very short all the time. Or we just say fuck it and we embrace the bald spot. Fryer tuck it out? Yeah, we could do. I mean, there's worse things in life, I feel like. I'm going to put some Xandri dust on Gilliman's base, or Robert the Bruce as we're calling him now. And then I'm going to head off for the night and see the wife. That's going to be about 2 hours, is it? Yeah. 2 hours, 6 minutes, okay. So I better put in an appearance with the wife. grow the shit out of the rest of your hair. I've had long hair before, man. I don't know if I can be bothered with long hair anymore. Like, I had hair that was almost down, like, I would say all the way, well, at least like 12 inches, maybe 15 inches long. I'm just happy to have hair. Both my grandfathers didn't. Yeah, I mean, my little brother doesn't have any hair. He hasn't had any hair for like 5 years, and he's 5 years younger than me. He's been wearing the bald shave, whatever you would call it. What do you call it when you just shave it all off and you're just, well, I guess just the bald look, I guess. He's been rocking that for a good 5 years at this point, maybe longer. When I get asked my age, I just show my bald spot. It's age verification. There you go. Using it to your advantage. So they're like, sir, can you buy this alcohol? You just turn around and be like, look at the state of me. Yeah, I mean, some people just lose it early, I guess. Not much you can do, right? Well, apart from you could go to Turkey and come back with Sanguinius's golden locks. They have to take that hair from elsewhere on your body, though, right? Isn't that right? It's not like they can't just magic hair follicles out of nowhere. They have to take them from somewhere. Or am I full of shit? I'm not gonna do it. I'm not. I'm just gonna embrace. When I go bald, I just go bald. You know, when it gets worse, it gets worse. Pubic hair. I'm pretty sure they don't take your pubic hair. I don't know why I find that so funny, but yeah, I'm pretty sure they don't take it from that. Do you know what? Next time you have a work colleague or something, right, that was bald or was balding, and they come in and it's obvious they've been to Turkey, ask ask them. I'm gonna choke to death. Ask them if they do get from their pubic hair. Evening, Volker. How the hell are you doing? Sealpilder's gonna get his hair looking like Mephiston. Go for it. Why not? You only live once. What's the worst that can happen? It'll grow back. Greetings, Flanker, how you doing? I didn't realise I had a bald patch in the back of my head till I saw camera footage one day. Yeah, I mean, I think I must have realised when I got burnt really badly there, like, on the top of my head, and was like, oh my goodness, there's not enough hair on the head to stop me getting sunburn anymore. Which just means, like, if I'm on holiday, I will always wear a cap until the sun is pretty much almost set for the day, I guess. Which can result in a very sweaty cap. I actually took 2 hats on holiday because I was expecting it to be kind of gross. Just finished repairing the bathroom. What happened to the bathroom, man? I always find that, like, your days off work, you always end up eating them up doing chores. Isn't it just the worst? It's like you think to yourself, like, oh, I've got the whole day to do something, and then it's like some bullshit chore has to come up and eat up all your free time. It's always the way. This is the way. I think people get in their head about going bald or their hair. I'm gonna try and not let it bother me. We'll see. Right, well, I am going to go, guys. I think. Thank you so much for hanging out. It was nice to see you. Let's do McFatson idea. Let's tier list those new combat patrols tomorrow night or something. That'll be an interesting thing to keep us going. We'll do episode 200 next week. And we'll try and get the giveaway set up for next week as well. I just moved in about 7 weeks ago and found the shower and bath had been leaking into the floor. Oh man, we had that as well, where it's like our upstairs shower had been leaking a little bit, and we're noticing like a pot of damp on the roof or the ceiling downstairs. What a nightmare. We got it fixed, but yeah, put a pain in the arse. You guys have a great evening. Thanks so much for hanging out. If you do get 2 seconds and you can like the stream, I'd appreciate that. Yeah, you've got the whole day on a day off, Frank says, for the wife to tell you what needs to be done. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, I'll see you guys probably tomorrow night. Thanks for watching. Leave a like. Hope you enjoyed it. Thursday night is going to be this week's game rather than Wednesday night. So if you're looking for a live game, it'll be Wednesday night. It's going to be Stormlands against Blood Angels. So I'll see you on Wednesday night. Have a great evening, guys. See you soon.